Hello everyone, Pallytime here. Welcome back to Heroes of the Storm. In today's video, we are going to be taking a look at Kharazim. A melee support. Does really good AoE healing. Punches stuff. He is the representation of the Diablo monk. And I was trying really hard to think of how he's changed since he's been released. And I think it is only number tweaks. I really do. I think his talents are pretty much exactly the same, other than his mana trait at level 1, which has a built-in battle momentum now. So I guess we're just gonna play Kharazim today. Yeah. Hello. It's been a long time. This is Pallytime from the future, and well, a tragedy happened today, and I'm sorry.
There can be no other way.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we find ourselves on the tomb of the Spider Queen today. Now, I am a fan of the insight, but you also have to consider, like, will I actually be able to get in hits on the enemy team consistently to actually use that cooldown reduction? And if we look at the enemy team, we have Jim Raynor, a ranged character, Brightwing, who can stop me from auto-attacking, Arthas, who will deal more damage to me if I'm next to him, Jaina, who can kite me, and Kerrigan, who will just kill me. So we're going to go for Transcendence. We're just going to heal when we can, auto-attack, and try not to rely on that cooldown reduction that we would get from the mana trait. Even though, again, I do like the cooldown reduction. It just has to be in the right situation. So Kharazim is, I think, the most reflex-intensive support that you can play. If you are a high-energy player, if you drink 20 monsters a day and you're ready to go, if you take medication for ADD and you forgot to take your medication, I think that Kharazim is a great great character for you to just get that energy out, because he does require you to be on 7 HP team. 7 fucking calculated. He does require you to, like, be in the zone and make shit happen the second it needs to happen. And I think in that regard, he's actually a really rewarding character. Now, as far as one that I would like to play all of the time, and I could see myself dedicating a lot of my energy to, and I go off and on about this. In the past, I've really enjoyed the character, and I thought I could do a lot with him. And then in other days, that just level of intensity that I think you need to bring to every single match is just not something that I can personally keep up with all of the time. Although there definitely is a market for that again. I play Kharazim with quick cast on. I don't do that for very many heroes, but all of his spells need to have that immediate reaction. But I do run into some problems there. Like that, where I thought I was in range for my Q, tried to heal her, and she's obviously a little fucking irritated at me because she's pinging me. But hey, I never said I was a good Kharazim player. I just said I was going to be playing him, and those are different things. But every time we auto-attack, because we picked the healing trait at level 1, every third auto-attack is just going to bounce a heal to our allies. So Kharazim does have some phenomenal AoE healing. One of my favorite combos for Kharazim is actually Rhaegar with Bloodlust, and this is even back before Bloodlust gave healing. He is able to do so much healing with increased attack speed, combos so very well with characters like ETC that can give that attack speed bonus. And it just has that really good natural synergy that feels great, actually. He's a really solid character. He's just not a very popular character. And I think it's because everything that he does, other healers can do, to some degree, significantly easier. So, for instance, Rhaegar can save a person's life like Ancestral can in pretty much the same way. And you could kind of argue that Divine Shield would have the same effect as well. So do you really need to go Divine Palm and have to react at that last fucking second to save someone when you could just use Ancestral to heal that person back up? I would argue that no, you don't. Also, the melee limitations can really hinder his AoE healing. And just overall, there are better healers for everyday situations that are a bit more consistent. They're just innately more consistent. That being said, again, I know I'm being harsh on him, but he is a lot of fun. This Tracer's gonna hate me though. I haven't saved her once. I've tried to save her. I did go for the shield at level 4 because I thought it would help out with keeping people alive versus the Kerrigan combo a little bit. The shield does have like complete what's the word for complete conflict? There we go. With our heroic ability that we're gonna pick though, which is Divine Palm. Divine Palm, you put a buff on the target, and if they die while that buff is active, they're then brought back to life, which is really, really strong, but you kind of want the target to die during that time, and Protective Shield doesn't have much of a benefit in that situation. We are going to go for... We could go for Cleanse versus a Kerrigan here and get a lot of value out of that. If I'm fast enough to react, and I don't know if I'm going to be fast enough to react, team. I'm just being realistic with my support capabilities. So I think we're going to go for Echo of Heaven and just heal a second time. And this will kind of help my numbers, and maybe we'll actually be able to save our Tracer in one of these team fights. The dream. Now, we are very aggressive when we can do a lot of damage, especially if we go for the damage trait at level 1. I know that's not the most normal talent to pick at level 1 for sure. But again, with ETC giving that attack speed buff and ETC picking up follow through and Echo Pedal, these two can actually do a deceptive amount of damage. Trust me, I know. I've played a lot of ETC. I know those kinds of things. He's really good at fending for himself, and he's really good at escaping. Looks like the friendly team was able to get the first turn in of the match. He does lack any type of AoE clear that, let's say, a Rhaegar could bring to the table with Lightning Shield, so he is a little weaker in that regard as well. And I would also argue that Rhaegar can probably get away a bit better from altercations in the right situation. Again, a bit more consistently. Kharazim can get away if he has a target to dash to, and this can be a friendly minion. Rhaegar could get away if he can get into mount for him. Now, the two differences between the main heroes, I know I'm comparing them a lot, but I do feel as though they kind of overlap a lot. The main difference between the two heroes is that Kerrigan can save himself, or Kharazim can save himself with Divine Palm, whereas Rhaegar can not. We have the shield for Stitches, but it was a little too late because I was stunned. I probably had a heal for Stitches there as well. If you are playing as Kharazim, you can always tell when you're able to heal a nearby ally because of this symbol underneath their feet. So if you saw there for a moment, both Li Ming and Tracer had the symbol underneath their feet, and that means I was going to heal them both. And you kind of have to position according to that. So, like, you always want to make sure you're getting the most value out of your W. It's only an 8-second cooldown, but it's a pretty important thing. Like, you want to make sure you're getting the most out of it. He does have the ability to gap close quite easily with his Q. I know I've already talked about that, but it does come in handy with setting up those AoE healing situations. All right, well, let's focus on the game. Let's get in here and try to deal some damage to their Uther. We're able to do that just fine. Tracer going in on the Brightwing, going in deep, however. Should be able to get out no problem. And then we can just heal her up to full health with that W. Great play there from Tracer. We'll try to do a better job of keeping her alive now that I've explained the... Oh my fucking god. Was she typing? Now that I've explained the intricacies of the character a bit more. We're going to get that second heal off on Stitches, and then I'm going to try to turn in my 26 butts that I've been hoarding. We should have plenty of time to do that. The enemy team rotating around to the right. All right, we're good to go. But, I mean, other than, again, the trait change at level 1, I can't think of any other changes that actually happened to Kharazim that weren't just simple number tweaking. I'm fairly certain, and again, you can correct me if I'm wrong in the comments. Your guys' comments about KT was actually really insightful because I forgot that his Flame Strike used to spread Living Bomb too. I completely forgot about that. But, I really do think it's only number changes. He has not had a very interesting development cycle, and he's been in the game just as long as the Butcher. And the Butcher's getting a full rework right now because they're not happy with his progress. So I guess that says a little bit about the quality of the character when he first was released. I did use the shield on myself there, so it is going to be off cooldown. The enemy team pushing in. Kerrigan already using pretty much all of her cooldowns, so we don't have to worry about that. Trying to keep an eye on the Stitches, making sure... Wow, she got fucking deleted. She was there and then she was gone. I wonder if I'm going to get blamed for that. I always wonder that with every support I play, but more so with Kharazim. Because he does require that, you know, that instantaneous reaction time. I just assume people expect it from me. Oh shit. We're gonna Divine Palm ourselves and come back to life. Beautiful! At least I can do that. If you are playing Kharazim, one of the best things you can do is get really, really comfortable with finding your alt key, because it allows you to self-cast your heroic ability very quickly and can save you from a lot of situations like the one I nearly just died in. Because of the self-cast modifier if you hold down alt. If I haven't really spoken about that in a while, have I? So there... Fuck! There is a possibility that you just don't know about. Let's rotate down to bottom and see if we can help out our Nova at all. Appears to be a very close game as of right now. The enemy team just hitting level 13. They are starting to move slightly ahead. We'll go ahead and get that first heal out. Make sure we can dodge any of that Jaina stuff. Leaving versus Jaina should be actually a pretty interesting combo. I do think Jaina has the advantage on this map. Just because it's so small and there's going to be so many minions in the way all of the time. There we go, boys! There we go! That palm reaction time. Now, the difficult thing about palm is it only lasts for 3 seconds. And this one isn't my fault. It only lasts for 3 seconds, and you have to land it at a point where the hero is low enough on health that they are going to die. And the enemy team will not be able to react and save them. And that is so fucking hard to do. I think we're going to go for duration on our E ability here. GG. No. They're saying GG already. We're only a level down. No big. Oh, my team's given up already. That's never good. That's never good. I'm trying, team. I'm keeping up with their Brightwing. I'm keeping up with it. That's my metric. You know, I have to actually actively do things to heal. Brightwing just kind of does it. So if I'm doing better than an automated system, then I feel like I'm doing okay. Let's see if we could. We just need to. The team's falling apart and they need some more direction. So I'm going to ping for assistance up top. I'm going to get them positioned. We're going to focus and we're going to break this shit down. I'm going to try to be the voice of guidance for our team because they desperately need it right now. Okay, we dodged that, no problem. Oh, shit. Well, I got... As the voice of guidance, I feel as though I may have let my team down here. I mean, we could easily... They're pretty squishy, too. And we have a lot of burst damage. Just focus. We'll be fine. There we go. Boom. Got it. We'll be good to go. We do need to soak XP like a motherfucker right now. Has the shields. Kerrigan too. Kill him. Kill him. Kill him with the shields. Stop making excuses. Make adjustments. I feel like Nova's spending more time typing to me about why we are going to lose than she's putting effort into actually winning the game. And that's sad, team. Okay, let's just back up a little bit here. We can save... Oh, see, that palm was way too early. And the enemy team's going to have ample time to adjust. Just hold on to their cooldowns for a second. Wow, they got fucked. Okay. Okay. How do we bring this back? This is my problem with a support player. On damage, I feel as though that I can make plays happen that rally the team. As a tank, I feel as though I can make plays happen that rally the team. And to be totally fair, Kharazim is probably a support that can do the same thing if I was more comfortable with him. But as a support player, and I'm asking this as a real legitimate question, because lately I've been looking at areas of the game that I'm very weak at and trying to improve them. I've been trying to learn characters that round out comps a bit more, like Tychus, who can completely shred a double warrior team, or Sonya that can provide a lot of damage and extra frontline to a draft in Hero League. You know, these characters I don't really play, but I should know how to. I've been, excuse me, dedicating more time to them, trying to get comfortable with them, just so I can become a better player. But as a support player, how do I make this situation better? I genuinely don't know. Like, how do I instill that confidence in my team to make them think that we can actually win? I mean, I could have palmed her there, but with that palm, she just would have died a moment later because the enemy team was around her on all sides, you know? I don't know if that palm would have been very impactful. As a warrior, you know, especially as ETC, I talk about ETC a lot because he's the one I'm playing the most, but I also think he's a great example of this. As an ETC, I could walk in and completely fucking change the course of a game with a well-timed mosh pit. You know, immediately have an impact on the game right there. And it can like refocus the team and rededicate them. As a Kerrigan, the character we just played in the last video, I could go in, land a fucking amazing combo, and immediately instill confidence in my team again. As a support, I feel as though I'm not in a position to make plays. I feel like I'm in a position to fix mistakes that my team is making. Some mistakes that my team has been making throughout the course of this game was immediately giving up 6 minutes ago. But also just soaking XP and getting that advantage there. I don't feel as though, as a support, I'm in a position where I can actually fix that mistake because I need to be supporting. I need to be in a lane with people generating XP so that we can have, or I need to be in a lane with people keeping them alive, healing them, or at least that's the impression that I give. I don't really know how to kind of, I don't know. I just don't know. I don't understand how to be as impactful as a support as other roles. So if you have advice on that, I would love to hear it. This was an absolutely fucking terrible game, and I'm sad that I have to show it. But let's be totally honest here. Kharazim hasn't changed at all, and it's not like we had a lot to talk about in his development cycle anyway. We were against a team that I knew I would have a hard time continuing to deal melee damage to, so that, I mean, that wasn't too much of a surprise. But oh well. Feels bad, man. Can't win them all. And the point of the A through Z playthrough is to take a snapshot. It's not trying to fish the best game out for each character. That's not the intention of the series at all. So when we lose, I want that to be conveyed. And I'm not a Kharazim player, so shit happens. Incoming 1,000 thumbs down. Oh, it feels bad, man. Anyway, his talents, he doesn't really have much variety, to be totally honest. So you're pretty much going to go for something similar to what I did in every match. I could have gone for Relentless here. I could have gone for Spell Shield. You know, you kind of pick that according to what you're going against. But other than that, you get Circle of Life at 16. And then usually Storm Shield at 20 just to help mitigate some damage in between your cooldowns. That's Kharazim. I don't really feel like there's a reason to pick him right now. I don't feel like he brings anything to the table that another healer can't do better. And it's significantly more difficult to pull off his kit. So for instance, Brightwing on the enemy team has free AoE healing all the time. She doesn't have to do anything for it. Rhaegar has an easier to use heroic ability that essentially has the same outcome. I think you can get his kit, like the core of his kit. I think you can get it in other characters. By the way, that's why I think Kael'thas changes all the time, because they're trying to distinguish him from the other mages in the game. Anyway, up next we're gonna have Leoric, the ultimate tank killer. Actually, my highest win rate character, believe it or not, even though I haven't actually played him very much lately. A lot of fun, and I'm looking forward to it. I hope you guys are too, and I hope to see you all tomorrow.